Have you ever started a project where when you first start beginning to think of the idea, the beginning spark of creation, you have some really grand ideas for what you want to see as the final product. But then, once you start making it, those grand ideas have interference involved, either internal or external, that end up making that final product much smaller than you initially imagined. This is one of the results of that. You are now seeing the very first episode of JMB Log Entry.
Episode 1. In the year 25. 25?
Originally, this was going to be a weekly vlog series where I was just going to show some of the things that were happening in my life, try to film as much as I could, and then put it out there for the world to see, but also, over the years, I could reflect back on that myself and see how I have changed as a person, both creatively and just in general. At the beginning of the year, I was really excited creatively. I guess I fell into that trap that you might be able to relate to, where you have a lot of ideas, or just New Year's resolutions in general, and you say, I'm going to do this, this is where I'm going to change, but then you jump into it too much at a time, and it either overwhelms you, or you just completely forget everything altogether, and then that idea that you had, or even a resolution where you're planning on changing something, ends up not changing at all because you were trying to do too many things at once. When I started this, I had an idea for just being able to shoot in the backdrop of my own room. And then I even got distracted by that. Okay, this is already starting to bother me that there are just empty hooks there. I don't have the Oger caliber yet that's supposed to go there, but I need to put something in that spot. But if I do that, it's also going to make this side of the wall look really unbalanced. I need to fix this. There. Okay, this will work for now. Then after I fixed that part of it, I did a bit of brainstorming. Fanboy Files is not going to work as a title anymore. I am 42 years old. Calling myself Fanboy sounds weird. Although that does still tie to the True Life episode that I did, so I still kind of like it. How long has it been since that episode? True Life. Of course, it's in my auto search. True Life on the Fanboy. Air date. September 19th, 2009? No, that cannot be right. 2009? Okay. That means we started filming at OhioCon in January of 2009. That's 16 years. OhioCon conventions. OhioCon 2008, 2009. It has been 16 years. Crap, I am old. Okay, definitely cannot use Fanboy Files as a title anymore. Could go back to Bray Blog. Bray Blog. That's still really hard to say, that's why I dropped it in the first place. Fanboy Files, Bray Blog. I really do like alliteration titles. I blame Stanley. Need something that's more me. Jason M. Bray today. No, that doesn't sound right. I likely will not be putting these out every single day, and they might be more weekly, so I need something else. Jason M. Bray is on my social media. JMB, so Jason M. Bray is still the title of my channels. I could use JMB. Is JMB Entry, maybe? JMB Entry. Japan Airlines mileage program. That is hilarious. Okay, but JMB journal entry? JMB... Ooh, like Captain's Log. JMB Log Entry. And the brainstorming led to JMB Log Entry. So I started filming my day-to-day life. At the beginning of January, just started doing a lot of things like trying to get more active.
I don't have the rig right now, so I'm actually watching the camera as I am walking for a daily walk right now. Just kind of going up the hill, not going too far. I also don't have the dog with me because I am not using the rig. So just an uphill walk for a couple minutes. I'm actually doing surprisingly well at keeping this stable. But if I don't watch it, I'll have to work myself forward. It'll be much easier if I have the actual rig, but I'm not using the rig today. Just to go up the hill and then back. Little steps, just little by little. Also, holding this in front of me kind of makes it a little bit of a workout too. So I can see people that go on walks. Not going to really do this live or anything. Daily walk. That's the thing, is just a few minutes a day. I can feel it already affecting me, not even going that far, but it's like 20 something degrees out right now. So this is definitely not something I wanted to do, but that's the thing. You have to kind of push yourself a little bit and just basically say, just this little thing. That's all I'm going to do today. And I am not going to go too far down this hill because behind me is a major road. So that's also why I didn't want to go too far. So I will stop, as the stop sign says, and go the other way. So before I start walking the other way, I really wanted to quickly turn around and show you this. This overpass, when I walked to high school sometimes, we would walk across that. Like, trains didn't go there that often, and I'm thinking, like, have you ever seen the movie Stand By Me? I grew up in the 90s going across and walking across things over top of a main road. That is a train pass. We used to walk across it. I would not even attempt that today.
Trying new recipes.
I have some leftover ham here from New Year's Day that I chopped up into smaller pieces, and now I'm going to make something more breakfasty. Got eggs here to scramble up, and looks like I'm also going to have to give some to Arya because dog tax is a requirement the moment she sniffs something like this. I totally forgot to spray the pan before I put the ham on, so now I have to wash this and start the whole process over again, but I am really glad that I didn't put the eggs on before noticing this. It felt kind of bare to just have eggs and ham together, so I added a little bit of broccoli, and this is near the end of the cooking, so I'm not going to burn the broccoli, just enough to cook it, and add in a little bit of cheese probably after all of this. I'll just sprinkle it on top and mix it all together. Presentation might not be the best, and I still have some left over, which is ironic considering that the starting ingredient on this was leftover ham. I've not had pierogies in a while, so I'm going to try to use this plant butter and saute them instead. Maybe add some spices. I didn't want to overdo the spices, so I only added a little bit. This seems to be just enough. I'm hoping I won't brown them too much. And right at the end, adding a little bit of broccoli that I hope I don't burn because there's still a good amount of butter in here.
And also changing out things from the previous year. I don't really decorate for Christmas, so this is what I did instead.
Presenting Christmas skeleton, wearing antlers that are the same kind worn by Wilf and the 12th Doctor in Doctor Who, a Ghostbusters Christmas sweater, and some lights.
After I took down the Christmas skeleton, the skeleton was still there, and I decided to do this.
Christmas skeleton is now Star Trek skeleton because I never wear this version of the Starfleet uniform in cosplay anymore.
I didn't have a red shirt, but I was also afraid that if I got a red shirt specifically for that skeleton, that might bring bad luck in some way. Still thinking on that. Not sure how superstitious I am in the particular decorative skeleton area. And when the year started, it even started to snow. And I've lived in Pennsylvania for a majority of my life, so snow is nothing new. But there was something refreshing about getting to see snow right at the beginning of the year.
It is really starting to snow. First snow of 2025. Dog out exploring snow. It is coating the deck already. You are not a fan of the snow yet, are you? This, oh, when you, it is really coming down hard. I just realized I said coming down hard. It is actually snowing pretty well.
And then a few days later,
Same snow, different day. I am going to have to shovel this. This is how bad it is right now. It is snowing, and there's a lot of snow. Remember the first day where I was like, ooh, first snow of the year. Yeah. Then this happened. And this is just on the deck alone. Pretty bad.
throughout the month, I have been continuing to deal with ongoing medical issues. And sometimes I would try to just handle it myself, which ended up having this as a result. It is currently 9:49 at night, 9:49 at night. I am not sure why it sounded like I was in the UK or something for that for just a second ago. Maybe a little bit too much Doctor Who today. However, I am laying down for the night. Typically when I am working on an average working day, I have my shifts going until 11:30 at night Eastern. This is a day off, and I was doing a lot of cleaning in the house today. You saw some of the other stuff I did today, cooking, all that stuff, and it just wore me out. I was wore out by 8 o'clock. Really because of flare-up, right side still hurting, had a bit of a burning, breathing feeling in my chest, so I took a shower. So I'm out of the shower, but still kind of feeling weird. So I'm going to lay down for the night, see what happens, and hopefully this doesn't end up with me being somewhere else. But if it does, I'll document it, because that's what I'm doing now.
3 hours later.
So I did end up going to the ER because the burning in my chest was really hard to breathe, and my blood pressure went way up, and everything's intensified. This is a small town hospital, a small town ER with limited staff, so not really expecting them to know anything, but I have had issues breathing now, and there's a stabbing pain in my throat, so I need to be able to sleep, and so we'll see what happens. So the good news is nothing life-threatening. Still do have the IV out now. Going to get dressed. Haven't really found out anything at all.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
I just got back from testing, and I don't really have any new information at all. The test that they ran was an EMG test, so when I went in, they were going to run that EMG, which is essentially running electrical shocks, small electrical shocks, throughout your body. They were mostly focused on the entire right arm up into parts of the neck. And they then put needles in certain parts of the body on that side as well. that was the trickier part. The electrical pulses just felt weird and twitchy, so you're not used to being shocked constantly, or if you know what a shock feels like, it was a little bit higher pulses, like if they started small and then they continued to increase it, and then they were testing that. And then the needles, they ran in different parts of my body. The only part that really bugged me with the needles was the thumb. And that's why they have a Band-Aid on that. They ran it into that part of the thumb. They said, this is going to feel weird. I was like, yeah, it did. And then afterwards, they gave me the results pretty much on the spot, saying, well, we didn't find anything with these results. Everything seems to be good there. So we are going to send these results to your neurologist, and then they can follow up with you from there. Well, that's great that this isn't finding anything. The trip to the ER hasn't really found anything. So I don't really have much to go on today, and not really any evidence beyond the fact that I'm wearing a bracelet, I guess. And this one's a little bit different. It's not a paper bracelet like you would have in an ER. It is a plastic one. So I'm going to have to cut this off because I do like keeping these bracelets, especially in these cases when I'm going through this whole medical journey from doctor to doctor, trying to sort out why exactly I'm getting this really intense pain behind my neck, going down the body, having issues with passing out occasionally. I used to do conventions like Dragon Con, walk around everywhere, and now I can barely go into any kind of grocery store without feeling like I'm going to pass out. So whatever is happening to me, I'm hoping to have results soon. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going to the chiropractor, and that might at least help with the pain in the back of the neck and hopefully some of the pain in the arm, because the arm pain is a little bit new. This neck pain back here is definitely new and different. And from there, I guess we're going to see what happens. Not going to film every single time that I have been either in the ER or a doctor's office within the entire month. But that's to give you an idea of how things would work day to day.
Was about to go out and pick up some of my medication from the local pharmacy. It is insanely cold right now. You can probably see, I don't know if you can see the breath as I just get into this vehicle, and there's areas like the tripod that I have this on, the holder for this, the stick tab that goes down to the top of the dashboard, it just doesn't stick. So I have my phone camera sitting on here right now, and you can kind of see the wheel holder. This is like a gel wheel holder that normally is like, oh, hold on, popped out. It looks like it's like frozen, like all wrinkled and shriveled at this point. So it is that cold here, and this is at a time currently where, again, I am in Pennsylvania. On the other side of the country, it's on fire. This is my not well planned out moment for the day. I am at the pharmacy right now, but I am in the parking lot because right now, between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, local time for me, the pharmacy is closed for lunch. I have went to this pharmacy many times to pick up medication for either my dad or myself, and every time I will go through the drive-thru, and there is a sign on the drive-thru that will say the pharmacy is closed for lunch from 1:30 to 2. They have limited staffing in this pharmacy, so basically that entire pharmacy shuts down for that period of time. It is now 1:39. I do not know why I started just getting up and driving. I'm guessing it's because my brain was more concerned about hearing that later in the day it's going to be snowing really hard again, and I don't want to be out driving in that. So I'm here now and just instead sitting in a parking lot. To pass the time, I'm just kind of looking around, doing a little people watching, and I realized that, okay, behind me is the Greenville Public Library. That was one of the sites that was used in a horror movie that was actually filmed in this town called Spooked, S-P-O-O-K-D. And I was always wondering, where is the house that was at? So this is the public library. And I turn around to the other side and I can see some of the houses behind there. I'm like, it has to be one of those houses, because if they were filming in that area and this area, it's kind of how filming works. I know that they had an intersection with the street, which is right here. So that is where, I guess, a movie was filmed, not too far from here. Catching up on all the notifications I can because I still have another 5 minutes before they are out of lunch yet. No, I am not using this phone to record. I still have my old iPhone 12 Pro, and so when I'm going on trips, because I typically use this for CarPlay, if I'm going to film something, I will use this camera here for the iPhone 12 Pro. I am freezing my fingers, so I'm trying to coordinate them by doing something on the internet because it is continually getting more and more cold, as it is likely in the lower 20s, starting to go into the teens before it goes out again. But I'm likely probably going to get on TikTok.
Look, guys, I got a Springfield spoon for my spoon collection.
So,
Here
before
we go. How many spoons?
two of my favorite people. Not sure how much longer TikTok's going to be a thing, so enjoy it while it lasts.
Can I see it?
It's 1:56. I've got a few more minutes by the time I stop this, stop that recording, trim likely this video that I'm talking to you on right now. Should be enough time that I can go through the drive-thru and put on gloves again, which are mismatched because they are the first ones I found because it's freaking cold outside and I was not going to spend all day looking through my car for gloves.
Hello. I have a pickup for Jason Bray, B-R-A-Y. Thank you, you too.
Did a lot of filming as much as I could for the month until I kind of was not as motivated once TikTok looked like it was going to completely go away.
Even now, I have still not yet accepted that this may be the final video that I get to post on this app. As I continue to always have hope in my head and in my heart that I will have a way to continue to communicate with all of the wonderful friends I have made on this app. Just in case this is the last video that you get to see, I just wanted to say it has been an honor and a privilege, and I hope that in some way I will be able to find you on many of the other social media platforms that exist out there as long as they do. So for now, I just want to provide a final bow to all of you. Thank you.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me, I did it my way. For what is a nerd? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Yes, it was my way.
My God, is we're lagging and
Maybe. Spirit Airlines. What Spirit Airlines? Fly away.
I can't. My computer's not even going on TikTok. Oh my God, my laptop won't even go on TikTok.com.
No? Are we ghosting right now? Are we? Where are? Don't say bye-bye yet. It's not. It's supposed to be like at midnight, but I know servers were going down. Jason, are you still there? Did we lose you? Oh, Mom's still there.
Holy crap, now it's not working. Oh my God. TikTok
Is it
can't be
gone?
reached.
Oh no. Dude, this is glitching. Ah! I better get the Titanic music back on.
And then it did go away. For less than a day. As of the time that I am filming this right now, it is still technically banned. I can't re-download it in the App Store, so luckily I didn't delete it from any of my devices, but still, there's that looming thought that there might not be TikTok, and if I'm seeing this in the future, and TikTok did go away, hey future me, remember TikTok? There's a few other highlights for the month that don't really fit into any particular category.
I am about to find out if I can build a snowman simply out of the snow that is on the vehicles, because I've started to shovel this off and it is pretty compact. I already have a pile down there, so let's see what happens. Come on. No, get back up here. No, you cannot go over there. You cannot even see over there. Still kind of cold out. Dog is exploring. I had to put a coat that does no longer fit her on now, so have to get her a new coat. In the meantime, Snow Dalek is melting because the snow has started to melt now. No longer a Dalek. It is just a snow pile now.
It is nearly the last day of January already as I am filming this. And if you are watching this log entry later, you will likely have noticed that there is definitely going to be a gap between the videos that I show from when I was visiting the doctor up until now. And I'm going to take some time to explain that. You will likely see other little pickups between that, but I don't want to film a lot of the videos like that for these log entries. I want these log entries to be as genuine as possible. Right now, I am in 11th Doctor cosplay because the video that I filmed right before I shot this was a duet video for TikTok, which maybe I can show because of copyright, so we'll see how that plays out. Here's a quick look at that in case TikTok goes away. I'm just archiving it here too.
The sun's going out and you're photographing a man and a dog. Why?
Amy.
Hi. Oh, this is Rory. He's a friend.
Boyfriend.
Kind of boyfriend.
Amy.
Man and dog, why?
Oh my God. It's him.
Just answer his question, please.
It's him, though. The doctor, the raggedy doctor.
Yeah, he came back.
But he was a story. He was a game.
Man and dog, why? Tell me now.
Sorry, because he can't be there because he's
In a hospital, in a coma.
Yeah.
Knew it. Multiform, you see.
And so you may have noticed that even though that was a short video, I took this cosplay out of storage. It's very wrinkly, you can kind of tell, and I could not find my 11th Doctor wig. I don't even know if I have it anymore. Since I started cosplaying 12, I've gotten multiple 12 Doctor wigs, but I just tried to use my natural hair because it's growing out a little bit for 11. However, see it from behind, definitely don't have the volume I need for Matt Smith hair. The tie, I was not going to distress because this is a Mrs. Bow tie, 10th Doctor swirly tie replica to use for that. The pants are not 10th Doctor pants, they're just brown stripy pants that I pulled out and was able to wear. And I also just heard the creaky floors, so there's more of the... I cannot replicate the creaky floor, and it just kind of happens randomly. But again, this is genuine log entry, so talking to you in the best way that I can without trying to do any voiceover or anything. Am I the type of person, though, that puts on this whole cosplay for just one single video? Yeah. So instead, I'm filming this as well, adding it to the vlog entry. And then future me will edit things together. And if this continues from month to month, episode 2 should be out sometime at the beginning of March. And I don't even know what's going to happen in February. It's been a very long month. For now, I appreciate if you've still watched the video to this point. And let's see what 2025 really has in store. It might not be SPD, but maybe we can get something close.